Hello there everybody, the Hat Person here, and welcome back to Senran Kagura Shinovi Versus. We are here on our third season of the series. Yeah, I don't usually tend to divide my series into seasons, but yeah, basically we finished the Gessen story, and after that we took a little bit of a break, and we decided to play through Toy Story 2. And so yeah, that was a nice little adventure, a little break from this good old series. And now that we finished Toy Story 2, you should now be able to see this series where we already finished Hanzo, we already finished Gessen, and now we're gonna move on to the villains of the story, or supposed villains. You know, Senran Kagura is known for his discussions and questions about morality and what really is good and what really is bad and whatnot. So who knows? Right now we got them pegged as villains, but maybe they're actually gonna end up being the good guys or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Let's go ahead and wait and see. So, you guys already know the drill. The first episode of every single season, like the introduction to all of these academies, usually tend to be very long, so I'd rather skip the intro and just go ahead and get straight to it. Especially now, I mean, like, how many episodes do I have now? Like 50-something? So, yeah, you guys probably know how the series works up until this point, so let's just go ahead and do it. Hebijo, or new Hebijo, technically. There we go, we have a different slidey door now. The design is different, purple flowers and such. Okay, here we go. A damp breeze from the riverbed brushes my cheek. Alright. I'm going to assume that this is from the leader of the group's perspective, Miyabi. The river's calm surface reflects the full moon, even though it's complete daytime. The breeze rustles the thick summer grass all around me. Well, I mean, you can still see the moon at daytime, but still. From my wheelchair, I stare at the scenery, taking none of it to memory. Okay, maybe this isn't Miyabi, because we're talking about somebody who's in a wheelchair. No? The vague muffling of a girl's voice calls out from behind me. When I don't respond, she quietly resumes pushing the wheelchair. Okay, so I guess Miyabi is in a wheelchair and somebody else is carrying her. Oh, like what is she, like what's going on? Her words don't ever reach me. I don't react to anything. Even on the inside, there isn't the faintest twinge of acknowledgement. So is she like what, like I don't know, like in a vegetative state or something? I never know how to pronounce that correctly. Vegetative? Yeah, like is she like mentally ill or something? What's going on? She's empty, like just empty. How did this happen to me? Yeah, well that's I guess I'm playing this game to have that explained to me. It's kind of a problem when even the game itself is asking that question. That might be something one would normally ask, but I'm hardly aware enough to think of it myself. The girl stops the wheelchair and points to something up ahead. I follow her finger toward a castle keep, a structure so tall that it would have stretched high enough for its top to dissolve into the clouds, if there were any. At the moment, however, the sky was distinctly clear. So, is this the future? Is this like a little peek into the future and then it's gonna go back? Like, this makes me assume that, you know, Miyabi and whoever this girl is like really old now and just can't move or do anything. I don't know. I mean, why else would they be in a wheelchair? Maybe this girl got in an accident? Who knows? But they're saying that Hebijo moved. So in the previous game, in Senran Kagura Burst, so Hebijo Academy basically gets destroyed during the final battle of the first game. So I guess after this, they I guess Hebijo and all of the villains, I guess they relocate. Hebijo. That sounds like something I would put on my soup. Oh, yeah, I remember those branches. Yeah, those were in the school. Something echoes inside of my vacant heart. I swear the word Hebijo rising up with every... I hear... What do I mean I swear? God damn it. I swear I can read, guys. Seriously. I hear the word Hebijo rising up with every beat of my pulse. I don't know why. Nope. What? My hair stands on end. Oh, and that's when I realized that I was a Super Saiyan. What? I can sense a strange energy coming from the castle keep. Okay. A Shinobi barrier. Is that what I'm feeling? Why is it making my blood boil? Her voice lowers into a growl. A short while later, one of the Shinobi barriers disappears. Then, one by one, that same offbeat feeling generated by the rest of them disappears as well. Well, that was a fast battle. Over? What's that? I don't understand. I don't have a brain anymore. No, it's not. Whatever's happening, the worst is yet to come. I can see that, even if she can't. As each Shinobi barrier vanishes, another presence takes its place. And the presence is far from ordinary. It is dark, sinister, weightless, and nothing, yet palpable enough to choke the senses, enough to make me nauseous. Really, what are we talking about? All of a sudden, a thunderous roar shadows my heart. Shatters, not shadows. And so she's going, what is this? Oh, film grain! No, run away! And with it, something inside me begins to go berserk. It feels like a beast is trying to viciously rend its way out of my body, tearing at blood, muscle, skin, and all. Okay. They're like, geez, you gotta go to the bathroom? God, let me know, and then do it. Okay, are we like having flashbacks? I'm not quite clear on what's going on. I frantically claw at my hair. My eyes blur, but I still see the silhouette of the castle from beyond the mist. It's crumbling. So, is this taking place during the end of Senran Kagura Burst, or is this like another thing entirely? Because it led me to believe that this takes place in the past, where the ending of the first game is happening. Because why else would it fall? As far as we know, we don't see Hebijo falling a second time. At the girl's words, there's a sudden shift in the distance. There it is, from inside the keep, a huge, imposing shadow slowly rises. 2 shadows. 3. No, just 1. 3, 2, what are numbers? Just one enormous, otherworldly beast with many heads. Oh, yeah. Is that a Yoma? Yes, it is in fact a Yoma. The beast's bellow pierces my body, and with it comes all of the things I should never have forgotten. The agonizing screams of my allies, that horrifying, blood-stained memory. Yeah, okay, so I'm tempted at explaining what the hell is going on, but I think I'm gonna let the game do that for me. I get the feeling that it will explain it. A single tear falls from my cheek. I'm not empty. In fact, I'm the opposite. I'm so fat. I gotta go get on a diet now. My heart is too full. So much rage, regret, sorrow. I must express myself in YouTube comments and have people be angry at me because I'm cool when I'm contrarian. Does she look alright? Yes, my name is Miyabi. I'm an elite member of Hebijo Private Girls Academy. Or rather, I used to be. After that incident, I was myself no longer and had completely shut down. But that changes now. An incident? Okay, then I myself have no idea what the incident is, so maybe we'll get into details later. I stand up out of my wheelchair. Oh, there we go, just like that? She just like came back? No doubt of concern, whatever growls she had reserved for the ugly sight before her devolved into a softened yelp of surprise. I looked at her and nodded slightly. I am back. I can stand again. And I remember, I can talk, I can breathe, I can see, I can smell, I can fight. The girl in front of me is Imu, my childhood friend. Oh, naturally. Imu weeps. Her eyes flutter while she struggles not to blink, as if she refuses to look away from me for even a moment. God, so much for coming back and having a nice moment. Like, shut up, we gotta go kick some asses. Immediately. Though its overwhelming presence alone is enough of a confirmation, the ominous beast's identity is unmistakable in the lights of the crackling flames. is just as it was told in the scrolls. It is far, far beyond that of any Yoma. This is the one that they call Orochi. Decided as I may be, it takes just a single step for me to realize my legs won't move the way they should. These fat friggin' legs haven't seen any exercise in years. And why would they? Even if I am, quote-unquote, back. I've been in that wheelchair so long that my muscles have atrophied into nothing. They just melt. They're like jelly. Hold on to me, says Imu. I lean on Imu's shoulder and stagger forward. It takes several minutes of struggling to get there. When we finally reach the rubble that was Hebijo Private Girls Academy, all that remains is a mountain of corpses and debris. Oh, there we go. Now we know how these people look like. The demonic Orochi is nowhere to be seen. Okay, so basically, before I move on, Orochi is the final boss from the first game. And so Asuka and all the good guys basically defeat Orochi at the expense of, having, like, everything be destroyed. And so these two girls, who I'm assuming were former Hebijo, are all just like super bummed out that their school is all torn asunder. Imu's knees buckle at the close sight of the destruction. I clench my fist until I break the skin of my palm, warm blood rimming the edges of my nails. God damn, so much for coming back and being fully capable of being conscious, and then you just go on and you hurt yourself like that just out of sheer drama. That one time, on that one mission. If only I had more control. I could have stayed in Hebijo as the head of the elites. But there's no time for regrets. I grip Imu's arm and tug. She doesn't move. I seriously don't know what she's talking about. I mean, I think, like, till this day, like, I still don't know what the hell Miyabi's backstory is. Apparently, like, she was on a mission and she, like, lost control of herself and she went into, like, this vegetative state. And so that's why she's not the leader of Hebijo anymore. And that's where Homura and everybody else come in. I don't know. Imu looks up at me with a beaten expression. Whoever invaded Hebijo, whoever failed to protect it, they have stained my school's honor. I'll never forgive them. Well, first of all, it's not your school, and I'm pretty sure that your honor is not the same as the entirety of Hebijo's honor. Like, don't try and like make it bigger. Don't try to make yourself bigger than you actually are. I don't see why you're so prideful of a, of a school. This time, I pull Imu's arm with more force. God, she's supposed to be helping you, like, don't mistreat her like that. She stumbled at first, but she quickly manages to stand upright. As I speak, I stare at the ruins of my former home. Well, I guess, again, these are all details that you're gonna see in the first game in Senran Kagura Burst, but, yeah, most people in Hebijo pretty much consider, like, the school their home. A lot of people that are evil are not really evil, because they are evil. A lot of people don't even have a choice. So, they go there, they consider it a home, they make friends, and then see it be destroyed. Well, I guess some people might be a little peeved. And also pride and whatnot. Yeah. Alright. So that's her little intro. Okay, so apparently, these Miyabi and Imu, these people, I guess, they're not technically new. Like, they're relevant to the story in the sense that, they have been there in previous events. And, yeah, like they're way older, I assume, than the current cast. So, I tend to call them, like, new Hebijo because, they essentially replaced the Hebijo from the previous game. But I'm not entirely... well, I guess they're technically old Hebijo. They're like an older generation that are coming back to get their, their school back. Although I don't understand where we are now. I don't know. Like, is this Hebijo? I think this is like a hideout or a different place entirely. Yeah, I don't really know what to say because I don't really know a lot of the backstories for most of these girls. I mean, I know a lot about Gessen. I mean, I would say, like, oh, I don't know because they're new, but technically not. I know a lot about Gessen, but I barely know anything about these Hebijo girls. Miyabi really hints at a lot of things with her backstory, but I don't think they even go into that until like Estival versus. But anyway, we only have 3 people here. Usually we have like 5 and a whole bunch more action happening here, but apparently it's just 2 people and a teacher. We have Suzune. They came out with some new and improved training dummies not too long ago. We bought some, of course, but I say you learn a lot more from fighting your fellow students. Much more like a real battle that way. Alright. So Imu, what's up? They're watching TV, watching CNN. I can't believe it's finally happening. You and me, together again. I'm so happy. I know, now's not the time to cry. We need to rally our forces as soon as possible. I'll do anything I can if it means it'll help you, Miyabi. Alright, she seems to be super devoted to us. The childhood friend. Okay, so we have the typical stuff. We have library, we have a dressing room, we have a store, we have, let's see, yeah, records. Let's go ahead and save our progress right now because, I'm probably gonna end it. I'm gonna end the episode right here. Just a typical nice, okay, so wait, which one is my... Okay, yeah, here we go. 28 hours, Hebijo. Okay, fine. I don't want to confuse it with my 100% playthrough. I don't want to save over that. Okay, there we go. So we have almost 20 minutes, and that's fine. I feel like maybe in the next episode, we'll start to get into some more action. We'll start to actually get some more story missions in there. Let's get a little peek before, you know, we call it a day. Chapter 1, yeah, new Hebijo's signal. So get ready to restore Hebijo Academy, begin warm-up. So yeah, we're basically going to be, we only have 2 people right now, Miyabi and Imu. We're basically going to be fighting against training dummies, and we're going to be recruiting a bunch of people during Chapter 1. And then in Chapter 2, the action really does start to ramp up. There is a little bit more story, you know, in the sense of like lore and other villains and stuff that's happening. There's like these Yoma creatures that, yeah, those are going to actually play... kind of a slightly more significant role than you might expect. Let's see. Let's go to the store. We do have Ayame here. Ayame doesn't have any affiliation to any particular faction, even though she is from Hanzo. But, you know, she sells stuff to anybody, so it doesn't matter if you're like a villain or a good guy. She sells everything to everyone. You know, she won't take down any money. She won't put it down. But anyway, I'll stop it right here, and I'll continue on tomorrow with some slightly more energy, because, I just got back from a trip. I just went out of town for the entire weekend, and I just came back tonight. And so I'm like, oh wait, I need to have a Senran Kagura episode done for tomorrow. I said that I was going to have the series done, you know, by you know, this whatever date, and I didn't do it because I was out of town. So I'm like, let's just record this one episode very quickly, and then, you know, just edit it, have it put out there for tomorrow, and then, you know... tomorrow, Monday, that's when I'm gonna do, like, the super long, like, 3-hour recording. I'm gonna have, like, 7 episodes, and I'll, like, just divide them all into small little bits, and there we go. Then I won't worry. But anyway, yeah, right now, I'm sleepy, I'm tired, I'm literally just gonna, you know, edit this episode as fast as I can, and then, you know, do, like, the real recording, and do, like, the, really put up, like, the THP Energy College try into this series. Right now, this is just introductions. You know how things go. It's, they tend to be fairly long. And, you know, with Hebijo and Crimson Squad specifically, there's a lot of backstory that you have to know that is explained in the first game that you don't see here. So, you're gonna see me kind of stumbling and stuttering and trying to, like, recall stuff from the previous game that, you guys might need explaining. For example, like, what the Yoma are, you know, why are the Yoma there, you know, what does a Yoma even look like? You know, who are they? Who's the one like summoning them? Are they demons? Are they not demons? Where do they come from? Why are they here? You know, like why are these like older students like so hellbent on bringing the thing back? Who the hell is this Suzune lady? You know, like where like do all the other characters play into this? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, if there's any like, you know, point where I feel like I need to explain something, I maybe will. The only reason for why I don't, you know, really, man, the only reason for why I haven't played Senran Kagura Burst on this channel is because I don't have a 3DS to be able to record something on. So if I could record my 3DS footage, I might be able to play through Burst and you'd get all those explanations then. But for now, that's a no-go. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, I don't know why you would. I feel like it's kind of lazy. But anyway, give this video a like, and of course subscribe to stay updated on everything that's been going on so you never miss a single update when it comes out. You're definitely not going to want to miss the next, you know, the rest of this series. I know this intro was kind of lazy, but, you know, an intro's an intro. We're going to get to the action later on. So, yeah, see you there.